Popping bottles in the ice, like a blizzard. When we drink, we do it right. Getting slizzard, sipping scissor in my ride, like 3-6.
Welcome back. You are listening to Late Night Action. It is I, Brando. We're hanging here. I am incredibly stoked. You know how important music is to this show. You know how important music is to me. Right now, joining the show, a group, I don't even know how I can introduce them. They have the #1 single on the Billboard charts, Far East Movement. What is cracking, guys? Hey! That's right. You're hearing excitement from Kev Nish, Progress, Jay Spliff, DJ Vermin. Guys, thanks so much for taking the time.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
I appreciate it because I just found out off air you literally, just got off a plane like 15 minutes ago from a tour?
Yo, we would drive in here at any time.
Yeah.
ESPN.
Look at that. You know what? All jokes aside, I wasn't sure what to expect from you guys, and then you come in here rapping about Randy Moss and can't believe it was cut. I'm like, man, these guys know a thing or two about sports.
Absolutely, man.
Always on at the hotel room on ESPN.
Yeah. Beautiful, man.
Or JetBlue, wherever we fly.
Or JetBlue.
Yeah.
Well, flying you guys have been doing. You guys just finished off a tour with Mike Posner, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Sure.
I'm sure there's some crazy stories from that, huh?
Oh, it was a 30-city tour. We were hitting a lot of markets, and on the tour it was crazy because the song Like a G6 probably just started hitting radio in the beginning of the tour, and by the end of the tour it was charting and it actually hit #1 on Billboard, which kind of surprised us. I mean, being on the road and seeing the reactions get stronger and stronger every city was a crazy feeling.
Now, you mentioned it, Like a G6. That is the #1 song on the Billboard charts. I know this begs the obvious question, but did you guys have any freaking idea that this thing was going to have this type of power?
No way. We made the song just, it was inspired by a song we did called Girls on the Dance Floor that was really started to take off in the clubs and on radio. But, so we went into the studio just saying, hey, let's make a song about a night with FM, going out, having a crazy time with your boys, with your girls, popping bottles. How's that feel? That feels fly. Like what? Like a 747? Like how about like a G6, take it to the next level of feeling fly. And, you put it online, and 3 months later, it hit like 1 million views on YouTube, which tripped us out because Girls on the Dance Floor took a whole year to hit 1 million. So we said, hey, there's something here. I think people like to get slizzard. So,
I'm glad you brought that up, getting slizzer. I listened to the lyrics, and it's about it's a good time, right? Sure. And I noticed this movement in really this industry and the pop, hip hop infusion. You call it free wired.
Yes.
What does that mean exactly?
Free wired is, it's inspired by how we live in downtown LA, first and foremost. I mean, growing up out here, we feel like, there's a new generation of kids out here too that they don't just let one genre define them musically. You know what I mean? Because your music kind of defines your mood, defines you as a person, but it's more about the playlist. People are bumping that hip-hop as much as they'll bump alternative, as much as they'll throw in top 40 and dance up in their playlist. So, we wanted to put our top playlist together, fuse it in for this album and call it Freewired. That was a good way to, name our sound. Plus, it's obviously we're just free to geek out as being ourselves. We got the ties, we got the streetwear, we go from Korean barbecue to taco trucks. It don't matter. Just keep it lifestyle, keep it fun, and keep it yourself. Keep it 100.
We're talking about Far East Movement here on Late Night Action with Brando. Guys, I'm curious, how'd you guys come to be? I mean, I've heard the backstory. Some of you guys went to high school together. I mean, how'd you guys come up with the idea of, we're buddies, let's throw something down, we've got some music talent here. How did Far East Movement come to exist?
Yeah, we were all high school buddies at first, and we would just literally like three or four blocks from here, we would freestyle in parking lots, just turn on the radio station, whatever's on, or take instrumentals and go up to a homie's attic, which is probably like 5 blocks from here, and plug in a computer that was like the size of like maybe a house, and then the 80s style TV monitor with a Radio Shack microphone and record songs. And it was purely just for fun because we started as fans of music, just like any athlete, they're a fan first. That's like musicians. And so when we started making music, it was more like we wanted to make songs that represented how we live. We did a song called the Far East Movement. It was a song about our lifestyle, and we put it online, and it was probably one of the worst songs we ever made. But we got a name out of it.
Yeah.
Name that represents how we live.
Well, that begs the question then. It's funny because I think if people don't hear Far East Movement, but they hear your guys' songs, I mean, are people surprised? You get this question a lot, that you guys are in fact Asian?
Actually, I don't think so, man. Like, it doesn't seem like people really care that much. Like, they're just out there, they're having a good time, they're partying. Whenever we do our shows, they're jumping with us just like they're jumping with everybody else. So, like, you know, these days people care more about, they know you by your Twitter handle. They know you by your AIM screen name. Mm-hmm. You know, they know you by your Facebook page. They might know about what you like to eat, what movies you watch, what car you drive before they even know, you know, anything about what you look like. So I don't think people are really tripping about that. I mean, you know, whether it comes to Jeremy Lin playing basketball at the NBA, whether it comes to, you know, Barack Obama being president of the United States, people don't really care about ethnicities as much anymore, at least in our view.
Oh, no, and I completely concur, and I don't know that it's a judgment as much as like, whoa, like, you know, they just know hip-hop as being generalized in the urban communities. It's like, Far East Movement, and then they start to make the connection like, oh, okay, actually there's a reason why these guys are named that.
And, you know, there's the Beastie Boys, of course.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, I mean, there's people always that have been, like, breaking down the barriers as far as what's expected.
Far East Movement, who's the influences? I mean, you guys talk about a lot of music that you listen to, but
Beastie
I mean,
Boys,
let's start recording here. What do we got?
Outkast, you know, LA representatives, of course, West Coast music from Dogg Pound, Tupac, Snoop Dogg.
Yeah. Muse, Michael Jordan.
Kobe,
You know what I'm saying? Kobe, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, a lot of rock too, a lot of you know, Smashing Pumpkins, Stone Temple Pilots, a lot of
Rage Against the Machine,
My Chemical Romance,
Muse,
9 Inch Nails,
Linkin Park.
you know what I'm saying? Linkin
We're
Park.
music heads. I mean,
everywhere.
Yeah, that's crazy.
we just hit the download button. You know, we love music of all shapes, sizes, and forms as much as we love the ladies. You know.
Which is a lot from what I've heard.
Oh, we like them girls on the dance floor.
Yeah, Girls on the Dance Floor. I mean, that's the song that I think kind of puts you on the map. Obviously, like a G6, you're enjoying your success, but you know, it's not uncommon in today's music scene for a group or an artist to come out with a song to gain a little popularity, but then kind of fall from the wayside. How crazy is it that you guys had such a smash, especially that was in the clubs and stuff like that, and then to follow it up with an even bigger song?
Thank you. That's an honor. So thank you for saying that. But I mean, for us, I don't know. We never really saw it like that. We just saw it as we try to set goals for ourselves, and like, you know, realistic goals. We said, all right, Girls on the Dance Floor, we gotta get, you know, we gotta try to get a record deal out this. You know what I mean? Like that, you know, let's get a record deal this year, and then next year, let's try to put out an album. You know, we keep our goals realistic, and we never thought in a million years that any song would ever get on the radio anyways. You know what I mean? You put it out because you love to make music. You know, there's no strategy behind it. It's just all about feeling. And so when people, like, they say they like it, or they dance to it, or they say, oh, you know, man, you know, like a G6 hit #1, we kind of don't believe it. We kind of just shut our ears, close our eyes, and, you know, we just stay focused on the path, and that's keep making music, keep meeting people, you know, keep doing shows. And, I mean, we can't get excited because one day, like you said, you know, everything can get swooped by, but as long as you know, you love what you do, and as long as you stay connected with the people that rep you, I think it's always kind of in perspective.
I must say, though, that one of the craziest things that have been happening last couple of weeks, one of the best, I think, ways of promotion that we didn't even think about is having your songs in sports games. Like Clippers games.
Oh, yeah,
Celtics
yeah,
games.
yeah.
At the Monday Night Football last week, like, they play the song at the actual stadiums, and, dude, like, our Facebooks blow up on those more than, like, sometimes, like, even when we have our things on shows.
Do you guys know how many fans, how many people like your Facebook page? I just looked this up. You know how many?
No.
295,726 people like Far East Movement on Facebook.
Wow.
How crazy is that?
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
That's huge.
Wow.
All right, hey, we're taking a break here, Far East Movement. They're coming back. We're going to rap a little bit more about the album, what they got going on this week. That's all coming up next here on Late Night Action with Brando. You're listening to LA Sports Leader 710 ESPN.